A very good morning to Sir and my friends. My name is Yong Cong with meeting number 270038. Today, I'm going to provide a speech which is talking about why we should use modern gadgets in communications. In this world which is frequently changing, all of us must always follow the new technology trends to make our life become more convenient and also interesting. This is because the modern gadgets that have been introduced in the market can totally increase the quality of our daily life, and we will be able to obtain many advantages by using the modern gadgets in communications. According to an article that written by Mark Berman in 2020, he stated that the modern gadgets in communications can help people to build interactions and also stronger the relationships among people all over the world. All of us are encouraged to use the modern gadgets because it can effectively increase the speed of the communication process and also make it become more easier. It's not something new anymore, but it's the compulsory changes that need to make by all of us, so all of us will be always aware about the situations and news around us. For example, by using the modern gadgets in communications, all of us will be able to aware about the recent situations and news about our friends and family members. I have been using mobile phones since I am in secondary school. Therefore, based on my experience on using modern gadgets in communications, I would like to share a little bit of my knowledge about why we should use modern gadgets in communications. We should use modern gadgets in communications because it can save costs, increase efficiencies, and also improve the social connectivity. Firstly, we should use modern gadgets in communications because it can save costs. An article that published by Modern Gadgets had mentioned that the modern gadgets can lead the communication process becomes cost-effective and also convenient. According to another article that written by John Smith in 2016, he mentioned that modern gadgets can help to improve the business communication process, which can totally reduce the business cost. Business can apply the modern gadgets in their daily communication process so that they will be able to successfully increase their effectiveness and also productivity. This is because we can use such modern gadgets such as smartphones to help us to reduce the unnecessary time waste in communications. In turn, it will reduce the business cost. For example, a business can send the documents and also important information to their employee by using the smartphone to make sure their employee are knowing the recent information and latest action that they need to take immediately. This action is very important because it can save a lot of business costs since business not need to print all of the documents to all of the employees. This condition also can reduce the time and cost of the business because a problem and challenges can be solved immediately without wasting any time and cost. As the saying goes, time is the goal. When the productivity of business becomes higher, the business will be able to get a lot of profits and reduce the business cost. In addition, modern gadgets can also help to increase the effectiveness of the marketing strategy for a business. This is because business is able to build up promotions and also interaction with the customer by using the social modern gadgets in communications. I believe that nowadays, almost all of the modern gadgets can be connected to the internet. And this action is very important because it can encourage the online promotion activities. These conditions can successfully help us to reduce the promotional costs, and at the same time, it will help us to increase the accessibility. This is because the modern gadgets in communications can be used freely with less cost, but it is more effective than the traditional marketing method due to the higher performance and also higher accessibility. Therefore, when we use modern gadgets in communications, it can totally reduce the time and cost and also help us to save costs for the business operations. Secondly, we should use modern gadgets in communications because it can increase efficiencies. Bina Bajabali had mentioned in her article, which is entitled, "How has technology improved communications?" He mentioned that the modern gadgets in communications can help to increase the speed of the message delivered, more reliable, and also reduce the unnecessary time waste. Modern gadgets can make the communication process become easier and faster. If one to compare it with the traditional communication method before, we will need to write a letter and post it at the post office when we need to communicate with our long-distance friends. This process indefinitely will take a longer time and thus will make the communication process become more longer, although we just want to send our basic greeting only. However, by using the modern gadgets in communications, now we can send the emails, chat to social media, and also build interactions with the people without wasting any time and cost. This is because modern gadgets can be used freely anytime and anywhere. These conditions can totally increase the efficiency since the communication process can be started at any time when we have information or news that we want to share with our family members or friends. Furthermore, we also can boost the credibility by using the modern gadgets in communication process. This is because normally transmitting the message electronically is more reliable than the traditional communication method. This is because the traditional communication method, such as letter, may occur a higher risk which will cause the letter cannot successfully deliver or transmitted to the target people. The weather conditions and also human force are always the two main criteria that will affect the efficiency of the communication process. These conditions will reduce the credibility because of the uncertain capability in transmitting the message. In these conditions, modern gadgets can effectively help to boost the efficiencies because the modern gadgets can reduce the risk for delivery failure. This is because the message is delivered immediately, and we don't need to worry about that the information cannot reach to our friends or family members. Efficiency also can be increased because modern gadgets in communications is more reliable and trustful than the traditional communication method. Hence, we should use modern gadgets in communications to increase our effectiveness and also efficiency. Thirdly, we should use modern gadgets in communications because it can improve social connectivity. Based on an article that written by Zahari Fenel, the modern gadgets in communications can practice the mass communications, long-distance communications, and also help in the communications for disabled people. Mass communications is the process of generating, sending, or receiving the message to the largest audience through the combining the variety modern gadgets in communications. No matter business or people, mass communications is very important for us because it can help us to build interactions with our new customer or new friends. This is because the accessibility for the mass communications is wide and large. Even though we have no any interaction with the target people and target customer in before, but we still can build the connections with them by using the modern gadgets in communications. We may use the modern gadgets in communications to practice the social interaction, while for the businessmen, we can use the modern gadgets to reach out to our customer and build a relationship with them. While for the long-distance communications, we can communicate with our friends and family members who live and study far away. This is because modern gadgets in communications can successfully solve the limitation of the locations. Now, we just need to use the chat applications in the modern gadgets such as WeChat, WhatsApp, Line that will enable us to build the interactions and strengthen our relationship with our family members. Additionally, modern gadgets in communications also can help disabled people to communicate with other people. This is because there are some deaf-mute people who cannot show or sharing their emotions and feelings through speaking and hearing. By applying the modern gadgets, the disabled people will be able to share their feelings either they are sad or happy. They also can communicate with other people by using the modern gadgets. Although they are disabled people, but they can use modern gadgets to help them to build the interactions with other people. Thus, the modern gadgets can effectively help to improve the social connectivity no matter it's for business, normal people, or disabled people. In conclusions, modern gadgets are very important in communications nowadays because it can effectively improve the quality of our life. We should use modern gadgets in communications because it can save costs, increase efficiency, and also improve the social connectivity. There is not any reason that can stop us from using the modern gadgets because it can provide many advantages to us. So, why don't you use it to make your life become more useful, meaningful, and enjoyable? That's all for me. Thank you.